Hi, welcome to Leadership Monday. Leadership Monday, and my name is Olatunji. I'm your anchor, and I am here again with a leadership nugget, that insight that will help you to do leadership right. And the reason that we're committed to teaching people how to do leadership right or how to lead right is because there are too many bad leaders in town. The experiences of people betray the significance and the purpose of leadership. Everything rises and falls, all right, by leadership, on leadership, however you want that. And so that means that leadership is a cornerstone input for a people to realize their full potential, for you to realize your full potential. So how are you taking advantage of leadership? And as a leader, how are you taking advantage as well of that noble call to responsibility? A call to add value to the lives of people, not necessarily to enrich yourself, all right? A call to be of service, a call to bring tangible benefit to the life of your people, to situations through the impact you make on your people. Leadership is about people. It is people focused. All right. So the leader is very significant. And therefore, I want to draw attention to the leader and to the followers. All right. To draw attention to the fact that leaders are strange conduits. Leaders, true leaders, good leaders, authentic leaders, those who understand their mandate, those who know what true leadership is about, and they are committed, all right, to delivering on that mandate. They are strange conduits. They are strange conduits. If you are a leader, you are a strange conduit. If you are a follower, look at your leaders not as bosses, but as strange conduits. What do they conduit for? What do they, convey or communicate? They are a conduit for delivering blessings. Let me be more specific. They're a conduit for delivering prosperity. All right. And permit me to, that on Leadership Monday and at Emet Leadership Academy, the sponsors of Leadership Monday, we nurture leaders based on truth. And we make no mistake about it, that truth for us is found in the Word of God. And so I want to bring you a truth also from the example of a leader, and something that God told the people about their leader so that they can hold the leader in the proper place. All right, because disregard for the position and the person and the responsibility of the leader will not bode well for all parties, especially for those who follow them. And I want to call your attention to a challenge that a foremost leader had. And you find that in 2 Chronicles 20 and verse 20. Leaders are conduits for prosperity, for delivering prosperity to those who follow them. And I'm going to clarify the issue on that prosperity before you jump to conclusions. All right. And, so it was this king, his name was called Jehoshaphat, who faced a challenge. I mean, 3 other kings, 3 other nations, they conspired against him and a small nation called Judah. And he knew clearly, he wasn't going to fool himself, that he could not face these 3 kings. Conspiracies are the toughest battles anyone can contend with. All right. And so he ran with his people to God and said to him, we're in a tight situation here. We need help. You have to do something about it. All right. And he provided justification to secure God's intervention. Now, and they waited and waited for instruction for God to tell them, so what should we do? How do we handle this situation? And the instruction came. And when the instruction came, all right, the instruction was given to the entire team, not just to the leader alone, but to the entire team, to Judah and to Jerusalem, all the people that were being led by this leader called Jehoshaphat. And he said, he made a statement that was very clear and very profound. And if you're a student of the Bible, you must have had this. Even if you're not a student of the Bible, it's likely you have had this. He said, "Hear, O Judah, and you inhabitants of Jerusalem, believe in the Lord your God, and you shall be established." But he didn't stop there, because you need to listen to the complete instruction. He said, "Believe his prophets, and you shall prosper." Believe his prophets, and you shall what? Prosper. If you believe the Lord your God, you'll be established. If you believe in his prophets, you will prosper. And who are these prophets? These prophets are essentially leaders. They are leaders. Because if you go back and look at his reference, and I will come to it also in Ephesians 4 and verse 11, it said he gave the community, the church, certain categories of leaders. He gave them apostles and prophets. You see prophets there, and evangelists and pastors and teachers. They are leaders. They are leaders. And you find them like that in the secular as well. They are leaders. They are given, all right, to equip the people so that they can become something. But I'll come to that. But I wanted to draw attention to the significance of these leaders. He said, believe in the leader. In this case, the prophet. Believe in the leader, so shall you prosper. So what's he saying? The leader is a conduit for prosperity. As a follower, you are wondering what you have to benefit from your leader. It's prosperity. It's prosperity. When you truly put yourself under a leader and you serve accordingly, in which case you believe the leader, you stand to prosper. You stand to prosper. When you believe the leader, you stand to prosper. Why? The leaders are instruments or conduits of prosperity. Leaders are conduits of prosperity. They are conduits of prosperity. Sorry, I'm having some distractions, at this end. They are conduits of prosperity. Believe in the Lord your God, and so shall you be established. Believe also his prophets, and so shall you prosper. So you are following your leader, you think you are doing him a favor. No, you are doing yourself a favor. Why? Because your leader is a conduit for prosperity. Your leader is a conduit for prosperity. Have you thought about that? Dear leader, do you know yourself to be a conduit of prosperity? Or you have been carrying on, not understanding. If you have that mentality, if you have that understanding, your approach to your function will be different. Your approach to your function will clearly be different. And you need to have that mentality. All right? These were not words. God didn't mean these words. He said, you must believe in your leader. You must believe in your leader. If you don't believe in your leader, you cannot benefit from what the leader has to offer. But the leader has prosperity to offer. Let me share with you from Matthew 10 and verse 41 to 42. We're doing some scriptures this morning. All right. And listen to what it says here. Because this is a perspective that reinforces the one that we have just looked at. And Jesus was talking here. Actually, I will read 40 and 41. I'll leave 42 out. So he says, he who receives me, all right, and he who receives you receives me. Talking about the people that he was grooming to replace him. And he says, he who receives me receives the one who sent me. So whoever receives you as a leader is receiving all that you received from the person that taught you. As it were, they are receiving the person that taught you. That's what he's saying. Because if you're a true leader, you are taught. Whatever you know, whatever you are doing, you received from someone. Okay? So that's what he says. Now look at what he says in further. He says, he who receives a prophet in the name of a prophet. This prophet again, all right? This leader again, he said he shall receive a prophet's reward. So there is something to benefit from your leader. There's a reward that your leader has to offer you. If you are smart, when you are under any leader, you will position yourself for that reward. You will look forward to that reward. You would want to understand that reward. Every true leader has reward on offer, has value to offer your life. It's up to you, however, whether you benefit from it. And if you're a leader, understand that whoever receives you, all right, will receive everything that you are willing to give. Okay? I love the leadership relationship. It's not bland. People are not meant to follow their leader or work with any leader just for the sake of the organization. No, there is value. There must be value. There must be a reward. And we're told that is prosperity. We're told that is prosperity. All right? But prosperity, so if you receive a leader, that means, what does it mean to receive? It means to believe. If you look at John 1 and verse 14, he said, and verse 12, it says, from verse 11, he came to his own did not receive him, but to as many, verse 12, to as many as received him, he gave power to become sons of God. That is, to become his products. To as many as received him. And he closed by saying, even to them who believe on his name. You see, so receiving there is believing. Receiving is believing. You receive your leader means you believe him for who he is. Receive a prophet in the name of a prophet. That is, your leader. Receive your leader as your leader. Don't see your leader as your colleague. Your leader is not your colleague. Receive your leader for who he is. It's a relationship. He's up there and you are down here. You are the one receiving and drawing from your leader. Let that relationship be clear. Don't mix things up. Why? So that that relationship can prosper you. That relationship so that it can reward you. So we need to change our orientation at the level of the leader, at the level of the follower. We need to approach this leadership relationship as it is, not as we want it. We don't decide the rules of leadership. The rules are already decided. The leader should understand what his responsibilities are or her responsibilities are. The follower should understand what he or she stands to gain and what he or she needs to put in order to extract value from the relationship. There is value to be extracted from the relationship. Now, let me put the prosperity in context, and this is where I will close. When you go back and you look at, Ephesians 4:11 to 13, you will see there what the purpose of leadership is. He gave some apostles, some prophets, some teachers, some pastors, for the perfecting of the saints, or for the equipping of the saints. But ultimately, it is to make them into, the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ. All of that summary is to build in them the character of God. It's called the divine nature. So the ultimate input of leadership is to build character in the people. So when it says believe in your leader, what the leader has to add to you is what you need to build character. That prosperity, therefore, is not talking about naira and kobo prosperity. It is talking about prosperity in character, that you will prosper in character. If a leader knows what he or she truly has been mandated to deliver, he or she would know that the first impact of a leader must be in shaping, strengthening the character of the people. And that's the key, all right, to realizing any other kind of results. Because if you have faithful people, for example, and in that case, the attribute of character is faithfulness, they go on to produce exceptional results. All right? So you want the guarantee of results, produce faithful people. Stop trying to get results without affecting the people that you are going to use to get it. That doesn't make any sense. All right? So this is what it is. When he says that you will prosper, all right? I mean, look at it. In the example that we use, the people prospered. They prospered what? In the war. All right? The people prospered also ultimately in wealth, because, by following their leader, they eventually collected spoils of war. So, but we have to be careful that we're focused on the real value, the primary value that a leader has to offer, which is affecting your character, affecting your personality in a way that you become more productive, in a way that you can get more things done, in a way that you are empowered to add value to the lives of others and to society. That's what leadership is about. In the process, you can come to wealth. In the process, you can prosper financially. But financial prosperity is not the primary. It is, character-based prosperity, that we're talking about here. And it's prosperity also in terms of knowledge, in terms of wisdom, in terms of understanding. Because the way the leader builds character is by, offering you, by using words, his or her words, by teaching you certain principles and challenging you to put them into practice. So when you prosper, all right, in the knowledge, in the wisdom, in the understanding that the leader shares with you, it will prosper you in your character. And through your character, like in the parable of the talents, you will use it to get credible results, which will lead to reward for you. And for the most part, financial reward. You see, that's the chain. But too many times when we deal with leaders, we're expecting financial reward and we miss the process. There's a process. There's a process. Let the process run its course. Stop trying to jump into financial benefits, all right, directly. The leader doesn't offer financial benefits directly. He offers what is more important than financial benefits, what is capable of producing financial benefits on a scale you could never imagine. If you pay attention to receiving the words of the leader, you say, where the word of a king is, there is power. Listen to the words of the leader, all right? Observe the ways that the leader teaches, okay? And the rest will be history. That's why Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Okay, I have what it takes. This is what I have to give you. And the ultimate of it is a life, that is full of fulfillment. is a quality of life that you never imagined, that you could encounter. That's my nugget for today. I think it's taking a few more minutes than I originally planned. And my point today is that leaders are strange conduits. They are conduits through which prosperity is delivered to you, to their followers. All right? They are conduits through which reward is passed on to their followers. And one of the core areas of reward, of prosperity, is in building your character. All right? So as a leader, I hope you see yourself from the right perspective. As a follower, I hope things are clearer for you, and you can go on to maximize what this relationship has to offer. Okay? Thank you for joining me today. It's Leadership Monday. Join me again on Thursday when it will be time for Leadership in 30 Minutes. And I'll be signing off now. Thank you very much. God bless you, and bye-bye.